Hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just putting some more frankincense on the burn, catching a vibe, getting ready to do your July 2020 tarot readings. Oh man, if you don't move the dust off and you put the frankincense, it gets all gummy and it will out the charcoal. Damn it. Anyways, guys, how are you guys? For the newbies, welcome. It's a privilege and honor to read for you, connect with you, ascend with you. Please like, share, subscribe. It is much appreciated. And for the usual suspects that always like, share, subscribe, and send their love and support, I appreciate you guys. I missed you. I do appreciate your patience with me because I did miss you guys in June for those monthlies. And but I'll be honest, it was old timeline. It was nothing I haven't read for you before. I wasn't downloading anything I hadn't collectively that I hadn't read for you before. And more so what I was downloading was more so the internal work that the collective needed to do in order to align themselves for the next half of 2020, which is going to be very transformative externally. So there's a bunch of people that in this beginning of 2020 have been building foundations that are a reflection of this internal work that they've been doing. And now the next half of 2020 is going to be an external reflection of that foundation and all the healing work you're doing and really building the building blocks, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands energy of your new timeline. Now, there are a bunch of other people in the collective, okay, who have been going through externally a lot of change, which is bringing them to the internal point where they're going to be going inside and going through the death process, okay? Meaning death to the old version of them that they were trying to get to live out and was scrambling, trying to do while everything was tearing down. Because there's a collective of there's a collective group of people, okay, who their unsustainable egos were literally crashing around them. So everything they built up with this ego was crashing around and they were scrambling, trying to keep the old versions of themselves going, right? But that's all gone now. So there is nothing to hold on to. So now a lot of these people are going to be going internally, while a lot of people who were building internally are now going to be coming out to build externally. While a lot of people who were going through external crashing and burnings and tearing down of the old infrastructures in the second half of 2020 are going to be going internally now to tear down those infrastructures. And then, so within, so without, will rebuild themselves from a new authentic place. And then by 2020, those unawakened will still have a new awakened platform to infrastructure too, that they would have built. So I'm just seeing that, you know, Aries, I don't know where you fall, because some of you feel like everything around you has tore down, and you need to be able to identify that it's everything that was a version of the ego that you didn't want to live out anymore and that you were tired of. So don't hold on to the shit because you're afraid of a reality that you haven't lived out, or how different your life is going to be, or the amount of change that's required. Who fucking cares? The shit show, the nightmare, the reoccurring fucking, you know, that elevator music, like that just won't shut it's over. Who cares, right? So I'm just seeing some of my Aries, because some of you are going to go within and tear down all the versions of yourself that didn't get you to live an authentic life and got you to invest and build in things that didn't reflect who you are or bring you any kind of satisfaction or enjoyment or pride. Real true pride. Having to build the ego, because some of you had to build an ego because you didn't know how to cope with living a life that you weren't proud of. Some of you just went, yeah, I said that. But it's fine. Okay, it's fine, because as you crack that, everything you built from that ego, and that ego crashes down, you will love yourself and you'll just build from a more authentic place, guys. But then I am tapping into some of you guys in the collective were already went through that, and last year were dying internally. So maybe you felt like a year or two ago, everything externally was crumbling down around you, and it was a version of your ego and the life you created with it, friends, jobs, lovers, the whole fucking nine, even your decor, okay? Everything, right? And then you went internally and died. because there was nothing externally to you. So that was divine setting you on the path of awakening. It was always divinely timed that you would crash and burn your life at that time because of where you're going. Like, you're going to understand, some of you are entering into this process. And I encourage some of you guys to go into the readings from last year. Like, I'll be honest, when I look at certain readers, watch certain readers, it's their readings from a year ago that tap into where I'm at now, right? So don't get all caught up with that. But I feel like some of you guys might need to look into the library last year, starting November, because there was this death process that was occurring, right? So there's been a lot of the collective of Aries, because I'm tapping into you guys too, that have already gone through the crash and burn, already went inside, already went through the death, dark night process, and are ascending up, shining. This next half of your year is going to be, it's going to require a lot of energy, attention. I don't think you've ever built a life from this place of consciousness before. Okay, so I just feel like some of you guys might actually have people in your life who are going through similar things. You might actually see an earlier part of your process playing out for somebody externally to you, wondering if you want to support them or not. That's totally up to you. But I am seeing that now I'm tapping into a collective that is going into building. So there's foundations that you've built internally that are now going to be reflected externally, and you are going to be triggered with creating things from a new space. It's like being the student again. It's like you're now like a first year in college, but your whole ego was living off of this, I'm a senior in high school. And now you're a junior in uni and no one gives a fuck about whatever clout you get what I mean? Like, I don't know, guys. Okay, 7 minutes in. I don't know. I feel like I've just been downloading. I don't know if I gave you guys the spiel. I'm not accepting personal readings right now. The divine is asking me to do internal personal work so that I don't get left behind by my own fucking family. Like, okay, so in order to continue supporting you guys, I need to go within, heal, develop, ascend, and boom. I was downloaded September is when I'll be able to start accepting personal readings again, maybe earlier, possibly August, but it would really depend on how much internal work I did first, right? But I feel like most likely September, but I might try to finesse it a little earlier because you guys know I love the personal readings, right? But I am going to be doing the Patreon, okay? I might have said all of this already, but guys, these readings, it's like, try to put yourself in my perspective, okay? So yeah, we'll get into prayer though. Okay. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective sign of Aries, all the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding the material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me, Aries, and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you, so glory be to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. That was the Eight of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. You just ain't see it coming. You just ain't see it coming. I personally think your intuition, if you're awakened, your intuition was telling you, but I don't think even your intuition could ever tell you, like formulate for you what it is that is coming towards you. You didn't see it coming. And it's funny because for some of you, you're just like, what now? More heartbreak, more pain? No, what I think you didn't see coming, I'm hearing the Calvary. This is your tribe. I'm feeling tribe members. I feel like some of you, your heart chakra awakening, like some of the work that you guys were doing internally created like a beacon call. Some of your cries to the heavens were heard by your soul tribe, you know. I feel like you have support coming towards you. I feel like you have somebody trying to bring you out of somewhere you don't know how to get out of. Some of you guys are manifesting healing for wounds that you didn't know how to heal on your own. And at the same time, you're like, I know I need to open up to getting this healing externally to me, right? But now you have these fears, though, of even opening up to let anybody. It's like It's like having a wound, going to the doctor and not letting the doctor touch your arm. You know what I mean? Because you know it's going to hurt. Some of you guys, it's so weird. Some of you guys have a therapy session and you get a lot of anxiety before going to your therapy sessions. And I think it's because of what your therapist, like where your therapist goes, you know what your therapist wants to talk about. Some of you guys are considering therapy because you're realizing every time you try to talk about what it is you're going through emotionally or mentally, you don't get the support that it is you need. Or some of you guys are going to realize, some of you guys are in therapy and are realizing you're in therapy because some of you guys went to therapy and revealed some of your issues with like opening up, letting people in. And I feel like during therapy though, you actually reveal that yes, that's an issue for you, but the people that you're trying to be vulnerable and open to are not people you should be vulnerable and open to. So it's almost like it's like a catch-22 here. It's like you needing to acknowledge within yourself where you need to be open and vulnerable, but also acknowledge like who is deserving of that, where that's safe. Because I feel like some of the people around you are not helping, not the reason, but they're not helping. They're like a reflection of you in a sense, the part of you that isn't open, that isn't comfortable with hearing people's I don't know. It's this whole like emotional availability or even mental availability thing. Okay, anyways, first card out, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. Woo, then we've got the Sun and the 10 of Wands, and that really flung out there. Somebody I feel like is coming to you, Aries, telling you about their burdens, and you're going, so how is that my problem? And somebody's trying to convince you why their burdens are yours, and I just think you're not buying it. I feel like in the past, you would have been able to be manipulated to believe that somebody else's burdens are yours, whether because you love them, because they're your kin, whatever. And I'm just seeing that somebody gets like somebody's looking at somebody with a newfound clarity, saying, somebody's looking at somebody and saying, how do you keep acquiring this burden? Because I keep helping you drop a burden and I'm realizing some of you don't even have to work so hard to drop the burdens in your own life that the people around you try to get you to help them with, if that makes any sense. It's like, you don't even get yourself into this much trouble. You don't even do this, this, and this. It's almost like somebody also runs around helping people somebody runs around offering help to people and then going back and burdening the people who help them. So some of you could be looking at somebody being like, why am I helping somebody and somebody else? Like, what the fuck? How did it go from me helping you to now me helping the whole fucking... Somebody's offering up your support to other people, being like, oh, they can help you or they can do it. And you're going, how can I do that? Like, somebody isn't acknowledging how burdensome they are to you. Some of you might just be realizing how burdensome somebody is to you. Like, you have a lot more to do and you have a lot more problems when somebody is in your life. You're looking at somebody going, somebody figures something out. Somebody figured out they're better off alone, I heard. Wow, better off alone. The 10 of Pentacles. Cards are coming out like the 9, 2 10s and a 9. Some of you guys are looking at something and you're saying it would be wish fulfillment if, or I want this, but. This is where I feel like you guys are being karmically tested. Because is it really the 10 of Pentacles, if, but, or if? Is it? Not if it's this, because this is different. Some of you guys are having to use discernment with regards to identifying if something is a burden, meaning because I'm getting all of these triggers, you guys going through these triggers and really having to push through in order to feel really good about the relationships you still have and everything you overcame with them in the conceptual phases. So you're feeling really solid in relationships you've only been in for like a year. Why? Because you weren't walking around with rose-colored fucking glasses. You were actually getting to the nitty-gritty, trying to get to know them and get through, you know, ironing out the kinks. But for some of you, this is actually a karmic cycle where you sacrifice your 10 of Pentacles. This is getting on the path to it and then sacrificing it. I don't know what that is. It's like sometimes I feel like some of you guys keep manifesting these opportunities and then not taking them because of some sacrifices, needing to look at why you keep manifesting it. Why? Because there's something you needing to make yourself available for what it is that you really want. Now, there's also this sense of going back to this would be the 10 of Pentacles, but this is karmic. If the but is you need to surrender to the fact it will never be the 10 of Pentacles. It's just really close to it. So that means that this is a karmic burden that doesn't actually allow you to go here. This is as good as it's going to get type energy. This needs to be dropped in order for it to be as good as it was supposed to be. That you agreed for it to be. That you reincarnated with the vigor demanding it would be for the whole bloodline. This is what karmically has been passed down through the bloodline. Some of you guys have bared some serious bloodline karma. This is like a basket that you took. So you took the moms, then you took their moms. It's like, this is all of the karmic baggage from your bloodline that you carry. You don't need to carry it anymore because you don't have anything to prove. I feel like you guys carried a lot of burdens from your old karmic cycle because you felt you needed to carry them to like prove something. I feel like it's about taking moves. I feel like whatever it is that you're looking at and trying to evaluate is for you is literally this energy. You're in the 9 energy. Okay, Aries, I'm tapping in these are independent energies. So you're looking at something and making an independent decision, meaning you're not running around to everybody and asking them what they think. You're taking time to evaluate. Does this positively impact my quality of life that I've already established for myself with the 9 of Cups? Not, is this going to bring me the 9 of Cups? No. Because then it's the illusion of the 10 of Pentacles, because you yourself don't offer the frequency, the vibration. So this is living this quality of life. And this is also having the kind of stability that you hope to seek from a partner. Why? Because you want to be matched, not because you need them to offer you something you can't get off your ass and offer to yourself. So this is you guys evaluating something, going, is it this or is it this? Does it burden me more? Does it lighten the load? Is this karmically what I'm used to doing that's going to get me end up in the same fucking burdensome situation? Or is this leading me closer to the path of freedom? Like, this is a reflection of freedom that I want for myself. Also, it never fucking fails. August. What are you guys down? It's because I told you guys, I was saying it in the earth signs, that I usually never get time. Like I'm not privy to reading time, like when things happen and shit. And maybe sometimes it comes out and it's right. Most of the time I don't have that even awareness. I've been told you got to drop the time thing. It's not yours, it's ours. Fine. But for the past couple of months, the divine has been telling me August, but with no clue of what August is. Isn't that fucked up? Divine thinks they've got jokes. They're like, fine, you want time? Here's August. I'm like, okay, so what's August? They're like, we don't know. You're going to see in August. So for this collective Aries, what I feel August is essentially, I believe what this month is, July, is you getting yourself grounded in this 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups energy. And then what August is essentially whatever this peacock is, which is the opportunity. So all this grounding and a light and an alignment. So some of you guys are feeling anxious about anything coming towards you because of how burdened you feel, right? Or because of how ungrounded or unclear, or unhappy you feel at this time. I just feel like you need not be afraid. I just feel like this clarity is going to come in over the next 4 weeks, so that by the time this comes in, you're going to understand why the divine waited a little bit because of this energy. It was really important that you were looking, because if you look at this opportunity from a low vibration, at only a low vibration, you're going to pick the karmic cycle. At a high vibration, you'll pick the 10 of Pentacles. So some of you guys have a massive fucking decision to make, okay? Heavy contemplation. This is you honoring yourself to say, I need to take time. This is you saying, I don't have a response for you right now. I don't know what to tell you right now. I need to take time to go and consider what's best for me. If this is a reflection of my new timeline or my old one, is this something I would have loved and committed myself to on the old timeline, or is this now what my idea of commitment, fulfillment, opportunity would look like? Needing to ground yourself in that independently, because you go from the 9s to the 10s. Some of you guys are looking at somewhere. Some of you guys are trying, some of you guys have a desire to move and relocate somewhere. And I believe that it's actually archaic. There's a reason. Maybe you've lived here before. Maybe you were always agreed to meet people here or go through certain experiences. So I just feel like some of you guys are making a very independent, because it's only her. Nope. Yeah. Some of you guys make a decision to relocate or travel somewhere alone only to come back home with a partner. So, because some of you guys, I feel like you're going on a journey. Some of you guys feel really scared about relocating to a different country, city, or state completely by yourself. And I feel like the divine is wanting you to take a leap of faith, because I feel like you won't be by yourself for long. I feel like you're being asked to take a leap of faith to go meet your soul family. Some of you guys you have plans that you are these are independent. With these 9s, it's like you don't need no cosign. You're very clear, because on the new timeline, it's very clear about what it is you want. It's just evaluating if what is being offered and presented to you, or what you're moving forward into, is a reflection of that. And I just feel like some of you guys are being presented something, and regardless of how nicely it's being presented to you, you're finding it hard to not see it as being a burden. I feel like you're looking at somebody going like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. For some of you, because you would burden yourself with things in the past, you look at somebody's needs or the areas of their life that they're struggling as a burden. And the problem is that's an old timeline problem, because it's not a burden to you if somebody is actively dealing with their own shit. If somebody is struggling with money and is working and 2 jobs, 3 jobs, trying to make ends meet, you shouldn't be looking at them as a burden, because they're handling their shit. They're not sitting there waiting for somebody to cut them a check, right? So be careful about how you look at red flag. You might think that somebody's prior relationship is baggage. Some of you guys are looking at a new partner, and you're feeling like they're maybe ex-partner and kids, and the responsibilities is a burden to you. I'm telling you right now, a lot of you guys, I have been tapping into this. A lot of divine feminines and masculines are going to come into union, and the children they had from their karmic cycle are soul family. You get what I mean? Like there's going to be a bond, there's a connection, there's a reason you are a part of their lives. For some of you, you feel left out. Some of you guys are going to be triggered with fears. Like some of you guys were not treated well by your parents, partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. And you are now projecting that onto yourself, Because I think your partner has kids from another previous relationship, and you might be going, like, you're not that person. Like, you are an enlightened being. Okay. You know how to make connections. You know how to. So the point is, I'm just seeing that some of you guys need to be really mindful and allow yourself to evaluate. Because for some of you, it is a straight burden and you need to curve this shit so fast. Where for others of you, it is an illusion of a burden because you are so used to having to handle things. So you might be looking at it like a red flag if somebody is in the developmental phases of their life because you assume that people want you to help them get things done. When maybe somebody just wants support, like somebody to go out and have drinks with and chill with when they aren't being burdened by their jobs and working hard and doing all this shit. For some of you, for some of you, you're going to enter into a relationship with somebody and the triggers were maybe the lack of financial stability that they had, but it wasn't karmic. They work hard. They're just humble. This person ends up fucking being loaded. For some of you, you actually rejected somebody because you did not see the potential. You thought they didn't have enough money. They didn't live enough status. They were too broke. And the funny part is I feel like the tables have turned. It's funny how that works, right? Anyways, okay, so let's go into clarification before I get into a mood. And as I say that, Thora gets into a mood and starts barking. Thora? What's this? Thora, mind your business. Be nice to them. My dog's so unruly. Like, they're having like a barbecue and she's just standing there barking at them, hoping that they give her a piece of chicken. I'm like, that's not how you ask. I'm like, you could have at least like done the little, maybe they would have thrown you something. I don't let people feed my dog anyways. I'm joking with that. I would have been really upset. I'm such a spaz. Anyways, from the Butterfly Oracle, okay? I got this as paying homage to my grandmother. She loved butterflies. But anyways, retirement. I think some of you guys are putting something to bed permanently. I feel like also some of you feel like somebody's living a life of retirement off of you. And it's like, what the fuck? Some of you guys bear the financial burden, but you're also bearing the household burden and you're realizing that somebody is virtually useless. I know that sounds really harsh, but I'm gathering that somebody is better at convincing people why they are better to do things. So this is somebody who's quite manipulative. I don't know how to do that, or I'm not good at that, or will purposely sabotage things in order for other people to go, let me just do it. That's a highly manipulative person. And I just feel like somebody got caught and is no longer going to be living. I feel like somebody's coming out of early retirement. Now, I say that like that, speaking to these younger, lazier people. For some of you, you are going to be coming out of early retirement. But, some of you feel like financially, because of some burdens or some things, you are going to have to come out of early retirement or out of retirement, period. Okay? I need you to think clearly about that because you might need to come out and work again, but I feel like you might be thinking it needs to be what you did before you went into retirement, and it's not. You have stepped into a new crone position. So look at coming back out into the workforce as something different. Something that you might never want to retire, something that you could do for the rest of your life, okay? And give yourself an opportunity to be abundant, like unlock abundance there. Because for anybody who is thinking of coming out of early retirement, or I keep saying early retirement because it could have been early retirement, but retirement period, being very careful not to go back and do exactly what you were doing before. And if it is the same trade or skill, it needs to be differently than you were doing it when you were on your karmic cycle, meaning where you do it. Maybe you don't do it for somebody, you do it for yourself now, out of your fucking house. I don't know. You get the point, right? Just being really conscious about that and not letting that come off as like a failure. Because for anybody who went into retirement that feels like they have to work again, don't take that as a failure because it's not. It's an opportunity to do what you've always wanted to do, to do something you'll never want to stop doing until you're dead, which wasn't the job that you retired out of and had a big party about, okay? Sentimental feelings. Oh, some of you guys are feeling really sentimental because you are retiring. Some of you took this as an opportunity with this whole COVID and everything that's going on with career and restructuring as an opportunity to go into a retirement. I'm seeing some of you say, why work more when I could retire now? Some of you feel like you've lost the passion for what it is that you are doing and you want to retire something. You want to put something to bed and you want to do something completely different. And it's exploring these sentimental feelings, which will help direct you into what that different is, what that thing is, right? Keep the faith, spiritual growth, change your mind, and fucking leave it. Oh, God. 30 minutes in. It's already a shit show. Ooh, I just got a weird message. Some of you guys are having a conversation with somebody. Some of you, somebody reached out to you to have a conversation with you and you were very hesitant about it. It could be a friend. It could have been a family member. It was somebody you were estranged from or were in an argument with, even if it was about a week ago, a year ago. I don't care. The point is you're very hesitant about meeting this person and speaking to them. And I feel within 30 minutes of that conversation, it goes left. The whole conversation goes to pits. You change your mind. You realize you spiritually outgrew the relationship, okay? And you're gonna keep the faith that you can manifest new friends. Because some of you, I think, the only reason why you go and meet somebody or go talk to them is because you are still tethered to whatever friendship or version of a friendship that you had with this person. You're lacking faith about building new friends. I don't know. But yeah, I just see for those of you that go out and meet somebody, I don't know who this person is. It could be a fucking parent. I don't know. It's like you go trying to talk to somebody outside of your better judgment only for it to go left. So if your judgment is telling you you aren't ready to talk to somebody, I don't give a fuck how much they're pressuring to talk to you, because this is the energy I'm getting for Aries for July. Whatever this is, it's needing your contemplation. This do I want to do this? Do I want to talk to this person? Do I want to move here? Do I want to, right? There's all of this contemplation and needing to be mindful, because I personally believe that if you don't take this time independently to determine what is in your best interest and you just act without thinking it through, you will absolutely change your mind. You'll change your mind off of the simple fact that you didn't take enough time to really think this through. So it would have been an impulsive, meaning the patterning, behavioral patterning. So I would have just automatically accepted this because this is just what I typically do when things like this come to me. When that's your karmic pattern, right? Oh yeah, Miss Crixie. Miss Crixie needs to chill the fuck out touching the charcoal like it's... Because my fingers are now dead, right? For many reasons. I've worked so many jobs, man. I literally did oil changes when I was like 17 for like $7 an hour. Like to 30 oil changes a day. But my hands were so dinky and small that I couldn't wear the gloves. So my hands have always been kind of rough. I remember the guys being like, you have to wear gloves. Like your hands are going to look fucked up in years. I'm like, get me small gloves. And they never got me minute. Like I have really small hands. But anyways, I don't know why I'm going on that rant. We're going to move on from that. Okay, let's go into, I want to use this deck here. Your Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Warrior Woman. We're definitely reading that, okay? And then no. See? Because for some of you, your response isn't to say yes. Your response is to say no. Remember, I told you guys you're looking at something. You need to identify, is it a no or is it a yes? And some of you guys need to wait and postpone because you might be prompted to say no too quick, or you need to wait and postpone because a no is what the fuck is required here. Okay, so regardless, it is the wait, postpone, and... pause. So important. I don't know what the fuck this is. Whatever this is, it's needing to not impulsively respond. There's no knight energy. It's not even queen energy. You have to be in your king energy where no one can push you to make a decision. No one can bully you into their opinion. This is really in your independence and your strength, because the decisions that you're making, you don't want to have to change your mind about them only because you realize the decision you made put you on back on the old karmic cycle while you think that you're trotting on the new one. All right, well, that was a big statement. Okay, and then let's I want to use these the Inner Garden Oracle by Eugene's wife, Ina, I believe her name is. I love when they do decks together and stuff. Ina is very, you can tell when Ina does a deck compared to Eugene. Hers are more flowery and more like, she's probably telling Eugene it's fucking dead, like, you know. Eugene, I cannot wait for the Madhouse Tarot. I feel like it's in perfect alignment with what the fuck is going to be going on. It's going to be a fucking madhouse. And don't be, it's a madhouse in the sense of, and I'll do this all on the lives and stuff, but collectively, guys, you're going to see people living more authentically than they ever did. And no matter how much we want that, it is going to be jarring. Seeing people not hold back their love, but not hold back their disgruntled, their pain, their whatever. It's just prepared to see people in their full fucking element. Okay, never give up. You're not a failure if you don't give up. Persistence. I feel like somebody is going to be very persistent during your thinking about it. So while you're thinking about it, you really need to observe how this person respects your process to think. And because if somebody is not trying to give you enough space to think about what it is they're offering you, that is a massive red flag. That is not a fucking trigger. Okay? Justice. Trust your friends, but keep your eyes open. This is surrounding these new relationships and not karmically doing what you do all the time. Okay, like this is getting in the habit of merging with people too quickly. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. No, it's not. No, it's not yet. Let yourself get to that point, right? Because you're still determining. I'm getting this determining, guys, with relationships and opportunities. Is it burdening you and putting you on the old karmic cycle because it doesn't require anything different of you? Or is it brand spanking fucking new and a little bit scary but exciting and utilizes all these new abilities and this new patterning you're trying to create for yourself, the new you. I don't know. It's also, I'm doing fire today. I don't know. I'm hot. Every time I do fire, by the time I get to Leo, like I'm pinching my tits. I'm talking shit. Like fire signs get me. I feel very, my mom's also a fire sign. I know a lot of fire signs. I get on with you guys because you guys are just fucking, you guys just are. I can tell you guys all the inappropriate jokes. I can fucking get all heated and angry and you guys not even be phased. I could be goofy. Like I don't know. Fire signs are, anyways, but fire signs, I've always had that effect on me because I'm water. Anyway, and I'm cardinal water too, so I can handle the fire. I'm like, more fire because I got more water. I'm a spaz, really. But I'm wise. Wisdom. If you feel you are right, stand firm by your convictions. And that is because for some of you, you're going to take time and you're going to contemplate and you're going to make a decision. And this person is still going to be persistent about it. And you are going to have to stand firm because the persistent nature of this person might get you to wonder if you made the right decision or not. Somebody's urgency or somebody's excitement about the opportunity could be manipulative. Like, are you sure you're not going to do it, man? This and this and this, man. I love you so much and I'm going to do this and this and da-da-da. It's like, it's persistent. So I feel like the more persistent this person is, it's because they can tell how unsure you are. The more sure you are, the less persistent they'll be. The less sure you are, the more persistent they'll be because somebody feels like they have an in to change your mind, convince you. I've got to change your mind here. Somebody might be trying to convince you to leave a job opportunity because they're not successioning you. You need to be very patient, okay? Because it's the devil you know or the devil you don't. And some of you guys are talking to the devil you don't know, thinking that they're better than the devil you know, which is a current employer, and they're not. So just be mindful. Okay? And then lastly, meeting adversity well is the source of your strength. So for some of you, this is that you linking up with somebody that you were estranged with or in conflict with to try to clear the air, okay? And I feel like you're gonna go. I feel like though, there's adversity there, and it's how you're gonna handle it. Because I was getting that in the daily readings last week on the fucking Patreon about you guys needing to be really mindful about not letting your inner shadow live because of some adversity that you're met with. And I just feel like some of you guys need to be just really careful, okay? That's why I feel like some of you guys are being brought into dark nights and to do inner healing so that you're not easily triggered. Your pain can't draw you out of your position or get you to do something you're going to regret. Because I can see this conversation with whoever this is, because for some of you, it's a friend, okay? It could even be a sibling. For some of you, it's going to go one of three ways. It's going to work out, okay? But it's a slow process, meaning, how did it go? I don't know, but I think we took one step forward. For some of you, you're going to walk out and you're going to say, you know what? I'm going to deal with this with strength, and I'm going to just leave this karmic cycle. I'm dropping this burden, this friendship. It's done. No hard feelings. I'm over it. Or some of you will really, some of you might want to strike somebody. Okay? In a public place. This is what I'm seeing. You're either getting up with the person and you say bye and go to your cars. You either get up by yourself and say bye and go to your car. Or I see you striking somebody at a fucking bar or like a table. It's a public place. Needing to use your strength, because if you act, you can embed yourself more onto this cycle with this person if you touch them. Don't touch them. Somebody is so karmically low vibrational, they would rather you fight them because of what they can then go run their mouth, tell what they then feel. It's like an energy thing. Somebody wants your energy. If you have something good in your life, don't let it go. Somebody let you go and is coming back to get access to what it is they let go of. And I'm hearing access, so that means it's not even personal to you. It was something that you were offering to somebody that they let go because they didn't think they needed it, only for them to realize they had a good thing and now they want it back. But do they care about you and how they made you feel? And do they have anything to offer you? That's still, I don't know. For some of you, it's not letting go of a good thing in your life, because you don't know how to identify a good thing in your life, because you don't love yourself enough to know what it is you truly want. For some of you, a good thing in your life is what people will give you accolades, or what they say, or what she says, or what he says. This is about what you say, right? And if you aren't tethered in, if you are not grounded in what it is you want, you will let things go, okay? And only to find out down the road, I really wanted that. All right, guys. Anyways, my beautiful Aries, that is your spread. Okay, for July. Enjoy the build up. Okay, I will see you guys for August, Lord willing, to do the content. Like I said, I'm no longer doing personal readings. I'm focusing on the content for you guys on the YouTube, supporting this internal journey that we're going on, and then we'll come out in September to do the personal readings. But in the meantime, if you want content in between now and August, you can catch me on the Patreon. All right, but until the next time I see you guys, keep letting your inner angels live. Mwah. Ciao.